Praise be Jesus Christ. Our world has gone completely bonkers. You all know that. I want to give you a few amusing examples today. Some of these actually aren't that funny, but I want to begin with a quote. St. Anthony the Great, St. Anthony of the Desert said, "A time is coming when men will go mad. And when they see someone who is not mad, they will attack him saying, 'You are mad, you are not like us.'" This makes me think of the mainstream media, pushing ideas that are completely nuts. And they expect us to kind of go along with this stuff. Yeah, right. Anyways, here's some examples of how crazy our world has become. This is a LifeSite News article, Ashley Sadler, June 9th. The caption is, "Biden's proposed budget for 2022 uses term birthing people instead of mothers." It says, President Joe Biden's 2022 budget proposal is using the word birthing people instead of mothers, attempting to formalize the inclusive phrase of radical transgender ideology. We're not calling them mothers anymore. Can you imagine? This is coming from the President of the United States. Okay, another example for you, Deutsche World News. They had a report, YouTube video called "COVID Jabs for Kids?" ? They're actually considering this. Can you imagine? And they admit, they said, since COVID, there has been 4 deaths due to COVID from the 14 million minors. Now, this is sad. Every loss of anyone, including a child, is sad. But they admit there was over twice as many deaths from the flu in the previous year. More children dying of the flu. And yet they're considering giving all these kids an experimental jab? Like, am I the only one who thinks this doesn't make any sense? And they admit, I mean, Deutsche World is liberal. They kind of tend to go along with these silly ideas, but they admit, like, yeah, you know, there's potential side effects, I guess, if we give kids an experimental jab. I guess we need to kind of think of that. Okay, another example is Manitoba. It says here, again, LifeSite News, Anthony Murdoch, June 9th. Yesterday, the Premier of Manitoba, Brian Pallister, officially launched an immunization card program for those who have received both doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. The new immunization card allows the vaccinated more freedom over those who choose not to get the experimental shots. They said they wouldn't do this. They said there'd be no pressuring, no things like this. Here we have it. And I could give more examples. Now, it's important for us as disciples of the Lord Jesus Christ to keep our eyes on the things of heaven, to realize that this earth, this life here on earth, it's passing. And so let's not get too worried, but let's also keep our eyes wide open and not get caught up with the craziness, the madness of our world that has gone bonkers. Okay, from Genesis chapter 6. But the earth was corrupt in the view of God and full of lawlessness. When God saw how corrupt the earth had become, since all mortals had corrupted their ways on earth, God said to Noah, "I see that the end of all mortals has come, for the earth is full of lawlessness because of them." Viva Christore!